Hare Krishna. Bhagavad Gita as it is. Bhagavad Gita ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Bhagavad Gita as it is. Chapter number 2. Contents of the Gita summarized. Verse number 47. This is a very famous shloka of Gita that most of us have heard. Karmanyevadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phalaheturbhur ma te sangostva karmani. You have a right to perform your prescribed duty, but you are not entitled to the fruits of action. Never consider yourself the cause of the results of your activities, and never be attached to not doing your duty. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. There are three considerations here: prescribed duties, capricious work, and inaction. Prescribed duties are activities enjoined in terms of one's acquired modes of material nature. Capricious work means action without the sanction of authority, and inaction means not performing one's prescribed duties. The Lord advised that Arjuna not to be inactive, but that he performs his prescribed duty without being attached to the result. One who is attached to the result of his work is also the cause of the action. Thus, he is the enjoyer or sufferer of the result of such action. Now, this is a very important verse. There are three things here. One is the prescribed duties, which is prescribed according to one's place in the society, according to Varnashrama. One is the capricious work, which is what one is doing at one's whims and fancy without really caring for the revealed scriptures. And third is inaction, not doing anything. So, Lord advises Arjuna not to be inactive, not to do something, but he has to do his prescribed duty. Arjuna was a Kshatriya, and therefore his prescribed duty was to fight the battle. And do not expect the result. This is a key point here. What happens when you desire the result? You get entangled in the karmic reaction of your work. So there is either you enjoy or you suffer, but you are bound to that work. As far as prescribed duties are concerned, they can be fitted into three subdivisions, namely routine work, emergency work, and desired activities. Routine work performed as an obligation in terms of the scriptural injunctions without desire for result is action in the mode of goodness. Work with results becomes the cause of bondage, and therefore such work is not auspicious. Everyone has his proprietary right in regard to prescribed duties, but should act without attachment to the result. Such disinterested obligatory duties doubtlessly lead one to the path of liberation. So here again we understand the three categories of work. One is the work which is done, obligatory work, which is done because it is a part of one's prescribed duty. So the obligatory work, if it is done without desiring the result. If it is done as a matter of duty, then it is in the mode of goodness. But when the work is done with attachment to the result, it causes bondage. When one does the obligatory duties without hankering for the result, it leads to liberation. Arjuna was therefore advised by the Lord to fight as a matter of duty without attachment to the result. His non-participation in the battle is another side of attachment. Such attachment never leads one to the path of salvation. Any attachment, positive or negative, is a cause for bondage. Inaction is sinful. Therefore, fighting as a matter of duty was the only auspicious path of salvation for Arjuna. So Arjuna did not want to fight. So that was again an example of attachment. You can do work for the result, or you can not do a work for the result. In this case, Arjuna did not want to do the work for the result because he wanted to save his family. He didn't want to kill his family, so he did not want to do his prescribed duty, which was a sin, not doing one's prescribed duty. So Arjun can do the same prescribed duty without hankering for the result, and that is what leads to liberation. So that was the verse number 47. So the gist of it is that do your duty without looking for the result of your action. Do not misunderstand it. See, the duty here is a prescribed duty. It is not a haphazard action which is done just on whims and fancy, because it's what is prescribed in the Shastras for your current state of being. So you do that, do it as a duty, and don't bother about the result. Leave it to God and you're fine. So that was verse number 47. Hope that you've understood something, you benefited in some way. Please leave a comment below and please share it with your friends and family. Please subscribe. Thank you for watching. Bhagavad Gita ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. See you next time. Till then, Hare Krishna.